Welcome to HITea with Grace, where we spill the tea on HIT. I'm thrilled to be here at the Health Conference speaking with the industry's greatest leaders in health information technology. So tell me, who are you and what do you do?
Hi Grace, great to meet you as well. My name is David Pessis. I'm the Chief Product and Technology Officer at PointClickCare. And so I run all the engineering and product efforts at PointClickCare.
Fantastic. Tell me a little bit about the career path that brought you to PointClickCare.
Yeah, it's a good question. For most of my career, I've gone back and forth between engineering and product management. In the last year, I've actually been running go-to-market, so helping actually sell all the products that I've been building my entire career. And so when I saw this opportunity, this combination of product and technology, leading that at one of the best healthcare organizations in the world, I jumped right at it. So super excited to be here.
I love it. So, what's an underrated challenge that you're hearing about in healthcare right now?
I think, especially when you look at the senior living space and the skilled nursing space, there's a lot of labor shortages. It's really hard to get nurses. It's really hard to keep them and retain them, and you see really high attrition rates. And so what healthcare workers are looking for is how do we reduce the burden of that monotonous, repetitive, administrative work and allow them to spend more time actually taking care of their patients. And that is a huge demand you hear every single facility, every single owner. And so that's where we're really focusing a lot of our efforts.
Yeah, I can only imagine that to be so. Now, what trends are you hearing about in the health hallways?
In the health hallways, there's a lot of talk about AI, but it's how do we do it safely, and how do we do it in a way that nurses feel safe and secure, and they're not doing things that might unintentionally harm their patients. And so one of the terms we use is human in the loop. And so if the AI makes a recommendation to do something, how do you make sure the nurse can still kind of interpret that and react to it and decide whether or not to take action? And I think it's really important. How do we empower the nurses with AI, but actually allow them to make decisions on whether or not to take that suggestion?
Love it. Now, my listeners love to hear about what's happening in the industry, but they love to learn from industry leaders about what drives them.
Yeah.
If you could give your younger self a piece of advice, what would you tell him?
Go really deep. There's when you look at technology and you look at these industries and you look at the problems, there's always these patterns that kind of emerge again and again and again. And a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing in healthcare, I've seen before. And so what I would say is anytime you're tackling a problem, you might not love it, you might not be happy, but go deep and learn the domain and learn the problem and go deep with your customer, because a lot of those patterns are going to emerge again, and you can take it and all those learnings you've gained over the years and apply those patterns to the problem that you're solving. That doesn't mean that whatever won before is going to win again, but it means you've seen some of these patterns and you can get from A to B a little bit faster.
Yeah, such good advice. Yeah. Great advice. How can our listeners find you online?
You can find me on LinkedIn, so linkedin.com/ I think it's David Pessis.
Yes.
And that's the best way to reach me. Yeah, I look at my DMs and feel free to reach out.
Great. Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah. Thank you so much.